Santalla is a 5-star splash caster. She was originally released alongside Typhon in the Woe Cleansing Hurricane banner, and is only available from headhunting. Santalla, real name Simone, has 7 years of combat experience, likely coming from living in Sami for most of her life. She stands at 170 centimeters tall, was born on the 19th of March in Sami, and is of the feline race, specifically a Norwegian forest cat. In her archive files and promotion record, it's noted that Santalla is rarely at Rhodes Island, preferring nature to machinery. She's often in Sami, mainly being responsible for field missions within its borders. According to the HR department, ops from Sami are less likely to willingly leave the place they know than ops from other regions, possibly due to different cultures in Sami being a rarity in the rest of Terra. Also of note is that Santalla rarely speaks, mostly to hide her Sami accent. In her past, Santalla used to aggressively defend the border between Sami and Ursus, lashing out and harassing all Ursine people who would dare near the border, not noticing the damage the Originum was doing to her body. She never expected to be saved by a foreigner, an op from Rhodes Island, and pledged to repay her savior, though she was reluctant to get treatment at Rhodes Island and therefore leave Sami. Santalla had a difficult time adjusting to Rhodes, both with the presence of Ursine people and it being a big steel box, but eventually she did make some friends and eventually came to realize she wasn't all that different from those in Rhodes Island. Her tribe, Cold Death, I know, very original, was originally located on the Sami-Ursus border, in a forest near the Icefield's entrance. Because of the harsh environment of the area, the tribe had a tradition of abandoning children, with Santalla being one such child. Just as she was about to be thrown to the wolves, a gust of wind caught her cloth around an old tree branch. Her birth parents were later killed during a hunt, leaving Santalla to be raised by the tribe's snow priest, raising Santalla as a snow shaman. When she came of age, Santalla became her tribe's new snow priest and leader. As time went on, her tribe was forced to split into two, one to guard the old tree that saved her, and another to find more hospitable land. While guarding the tree, a contingency of Ursine came and slaughtered those that stayed with Santalla to guard the tree, and one impaled her left eye with an Originum spike. After the incident, Santalla began to hunt down Ursine peoples, religiously guarding the border between Sami and Ursus. Her hate was really only melted after she met Emiya, and those who cared about her in Rhodes Island. Unexpectedly, the Originum spike that punctured her left eye did not render it useless, instead assimilating and crystallizing the eye, causing whatever is presented to it to emit information in every form but appearance. This info to Santalla was convoluted, complex, and endless. Callicet had two solutions for the eye. 1. Render the eye useless with a regular injection of drugs, or 2. Use arts to organize the flow of the info to make it more parsable. Santalla chose the latter. Santalla is confirmed to be infected. She has a cell Originum assimilation of 10% and a blood Originum crystal density of 0.16 parts per liter. The notes in her medical file note that her left eye is severely diseased and is completely crystallized but continues to function. Her infection has existed for a while without treatment, but her condition has stabilized after getting treatment. In her character art drawn by an unknown artist from Studio Montaigne, Santalla wears a gray bodysuit underneath a shoulderless, white button-up dress with black belt around her waist, white half gloves, a white and black hat, white fur scarf, black thigh-high boots, an infection monitor around her right ankle, and a fur-trimmed white coat with blue interior and black waist belt. She holds her staff with her right and left hands, the staff looking very metallic with a glowing blue crystal near her right hand. In her voice lines, voiced by Arisa Shida, who also voices Amino and Indra Otsukisuki in Naruto, Yuya Sakaki in Yu-Gi-Oh!, Amanda O'Neil in Little Witch Academia, Lisa in Brand New Animal, Kanya in Pokemon, and Hyen in Dungeon Meshi, Santalla often talks of Sami.
人々の間に 偏見が生じるのはごく普通のことです。私もロドスに来るまでは、サーミの外の人は、皆武器と一緒に生まれると思い込んでいたくらいですし。冗談ではありませんよ、ドクター。本気でそう思っていたんです。まだ寒いですか？あなたは時々赤ん坊よりもわがままになりますね。手を出してください。暖かくなりましたか？はい。どういたしまして。毛布も持ってきますね。知識を身につけることは、シャーマンの使命です。それが鋼鉄のものであれ、樹木のものであれ、より好みはしません。ええ、子供向けの一般教養講座であることは承知していますよ。私の南に対する理解は、子供たちと同程度なので、ああいう授業はうってつけなんです。戦うことは、サーミ人の使命などではありません。しかし、常に狩る側でいなければ、狩られる側に回るだけです。相手が大自然でも、北方の厄災でも、ウルサス人であっても同じことです。この摂理からは、誰も逃れられませんよ。あなたのことは尊敬していますし、この鋼の船にいる限り、ウルサス人には手を出さないと約束しましょう。ですがサーミでは、どうか私の行動を詮索しないでいただけますか？誰かが代償を支払わなければなりません。その原因が彼ら自身ではなく、ウルサスそのものにあったとしても、サーミの行き祭司が一人欠けても支障はありませんが、部族のシャーマンが欠けることは許されません。私には、部族の子濡れを手放すことも、一族を守る責を放棄することもできませんでした。故郷に残り、塔に枯れ切った木に寄り添うことが、かつては私の、たった一つの願いだったんです。しかし、もうその願いが叶うことは決してありません。結晶化した目一つで、怪物扱いするには十分なんです。南の人はオリジニウムで鋼鉄の塊を動かしながらも、それが自らの体に根付くことを恐れていますからね。無関心と恐れが、あれほど鋭い武器になり得るとは、思ってもみませんでした。貫かれても、血こそ流れませんが、心が枯れ果ててしまいます。
At E2 level 80 with max trust, potential, and module, Santalla has 1,795 HP, 962 attack, 123 defense, 20 resistance, a 66-second redeploy time, 23 DP cost, and has an attack speed of 2.9 seconds. She has the standard range of an AoE caster. At max trust, she gets plus 90 attack. At max pot, she gets minus 2 DP, minus 4 seconds to redeploy, plus 32 attack, and a buff to her talent. Her talent, Born of the Biting Cold, at E2 pot 4, after being deployed for 20 seconds, Santalla gets plus 18% attack and status resistance. Santalla has two base skills, with one being unlocked at E2. Her first base skill, Born of the Biting Cold, when Santalla is assigned to a dorm, plus 0.55 morale per hour restored to another op whose morale isn't full. If the op in question is a Sami op, their morale is further restored by an additional plus 0.45, for a total of plus 1 morale per hour. Her second base skill, Snow Priest Candidate, when Santalla is assigned to the training room, plus 10% mastery training speed for each Sami op in base, capping out at plus 30%. Santalla's first skill, Swift Strike Gamma, gains SP over time and is manually triggered, lasting 35 seconds at all levels. Level 7 starts with 10 SP and needs 39 SP to proc, while M3 starts with 15 and needs 35. At level 7, Santalla gets plus 34% attack and plus 35 attack speed. At M3, she gets plus 45% attack and plus 45 attack speed. Her second skill, which is Tears, gains SP over time and is manually triggered, lasting for 15 seconds, and starting with 20 SP at all levels. Level 7 needs 44 SP to proc, while M3 needs 40. At level 7, Santalla's attack range expands and her attack speed is raised to 0.5 seconds. She now summons icicles over random areas. When the icicles fall, all enemies in the area are infected with cold for 1 second, and dealt 75% of her attack as arts damage. At M3, it's 90% attack as arts damage. Santalla has a SPC-Y module named Ice Brazier, which reduces Santalla's DP cost by -8. At module level 3, Ice Brazier buffs Born of the Biting Cold, making it so that, after 15 seconds, Santalla gets plus 23% attack and status resistance. She also gets plus 155 HP and plus 70 attack. To unlock and max out her module, you must have Santalla at E2 level 50, have 100% trust with her, have your own Santalla use Witch's Tears at least once in 5 separate battles, 3-star stage Break the Ice BI-2, having your own Santalla defeat at least 8 enemies, have 6 module data blocks, 20 data patching strips, 8 data patching devices, 3 incandescent alloy blocks, 4 polyester lumps, 5 sugar lumps, and 150,000 LMD. Santalla can be an interesting addition to your operator roster if you know how to use her. About 2.5 years after the last AoE caster, Dusk, was released, Santalla has some tricks up her sleeve, mainly being her status resistance and attack buff that she gets from her talent after you have her deployed for 15 to 20 seconds. Her module, which vastly reduces her deployment cost, bringing it somewhere to the roughly core caster range, and biggest of all, her second skill, which vastly reduces her attack interval and can freeze enemies. She does have her drawbacks as expected. To get her to optimal levels of usability, you have to shovel a lot of resources into her, which means getting her to pot 4, E2 level 50, and maxing out her module at the minimum. The better end of her talent requires you to, as I mentioned before, get her to E2 pot 4 and to get her module up to module level 3, bringing the 20-second wait time down to 15 seconds, as well as raising the attack buff from 15% at E2 not pot 4 without the module to up to, I believe, 23% pot 4 E2 with the module. Then there's her first skill, which is just absolutely generic, that increases her attack speed and attack. Finally, with her second skill, while nice, the attack locations are completely random, meaning that you're relying on RNG to hit enemies unless there's a wave of them coming into her range. Overall, she can be quite good with a freezing-centric team, but it's kind of hard to justify the cost of building her to the point where she's usable, when you can get someone like Gnosis or Kiera, who are cheaper to deploy, with at least Gnosis having all 3 of his skills freeze. Low priority to build. Thank you for watching. Please follow my Twitter and Blue Sky for updates, and please check out my other Azure Lane and Girls Frontline videos as well. There will be a teaser out tomorrow for next week's character summaries.